Sure, we're really excited. I feel like the last time we played a game was a long time ago. I know our team's feeling that way too. So we're really excited. We've been hearing it for the last week about how we just want to get out and play a game. So the last 2 weeks, we've been just being really intentional with how we're practicing and making the best of our time that we have to practice. So again, just excited to go out there and compete this weekend.
Kind of going back a couple weeks ago, that Saturday game against Ohio State, on the verge of a close upset. I'm sure there's a lot of momentum that could come out of a game like that. Is it possible to sustain the momentum through 2 bye weeks, or is it kind of like a more of a reset?
Sure. I think both. I think that momentum, I thought, gave us some confidence. I know after that weekend, coming to practice that week, there was a little bit more confidence in our step, I'd say. So I think it's both. I think it built confidence and momentum, but also it gave us a chance to reset too, and kind of look at where we've come so far in the season and what we need to work on, and kind of be really intentional about some areas that we want to continue to grow in. So I think both. I think both things are true there. And I think taking that momentum from that game and what we were able to learn, and then applying it in our practices, and then come Friday being ready for that next opportunity to compete.
What do you remember about Mankato?
Mankato's going to be physical. They're going to be hard to play against. They've had a good start to their season. They've had some close games. We know they're they have opportunity. They have players that can score. They take advantage of those opportunities. And so again, it's going to be another physical game in the WCHA, another test. So every weekend's a challenge, but we're really excited to get back out there and compete.
We had Carmen Bray in here earlier, and I think it's interesting, you go to St. Cloud State and you play on the big ice for a couple weekends or for a couple games out of the year. Mm-hmm. But she goes from playing on the big ice to playing on smaller ice a little bit more regularly now. And just talk about the adjustment you've seen from her in making that change this year.
She has been phenomenal for us. I think she's made that adjustment very easily in her game. She brings so much to our D-core with experience and the way she plays defensively. She's got an uncanny ability to get pucks through. So I think she's made the adjustment just fine. And she's playing with a lot of confidence right now too. She plays a lot of minutes for us in a lot of different situations. So I think she's made that transition just fine.
What did you notice out of her from, the character and the personality part when you were kind of thinking about adding her through the portal? Sure.
She's a great person. She loves to compete. She's a hard worker. I think she leads by example in what she does on and off the ice. And she was just looking to come in and make an impact. And I think she's come in and she's added a lot of experience and depth to our defensive core. And she brings a lot. She's playing on our power play. She's playing penalty kill. She's playing a lot of minutes, playing against teams' top line. So defensively, I think she does a great job. And again, I think she makes good first passes on our breakouts. And again, I think she's got a really great, uncanny ability to get pucks through.
When it comes to adding somebody out of the portal, how big is that cultural fit? When you can see a player and you watch all the film of what they can do and the points they can put up or what they can do defensively, but how big of a factor is that cultural fit as well?
Yeah, you want to make sure it's a good fit for them and what they're looking for in an opportunity, and obviously you want to make sure it's a good fit for you and your team. And that's just built through conversations and building those relationships through that process and making sure that you're bringing someone in that wants to come in and compete and be a part of the culture that you have in your team. So she was we're just really glad she's here through that process. It was easy to know, just getting to talk to her, that she was going to be a great fit here.
Did you get a chance to work those clinics on Sunday? Did you help out with that, or was that just the players? Our staff, Jess and Emily, worked with that specifically. I was not able to be there, but was able to pop in here for a little bit. Why are things like that important? Maybe just for Bemidji State and for women's hockey as a whole.
Yeah, just in general, to be able to grow the game, and with the assist clinic and a free opportunity for kids to come and interact with our players and skate on the Sanford Center ice and to grow the game. With the 8U group, there was girls and boys that had the opportunity to work with our men's team and go tour their facilities too. And so I think, and then with the older group, with just the girls, 10U and 12U, opportunities for kids that might not have the opportunity to work with our players and for our players to give back and grow the game. And then again, highlight our facility and what a great spot we have here. Not a lot of youth players have the opportunity to skate on this sheet of ice too. So certainly I'm grateful that our players and our program, both of our programs, had the opportunity to help with that.
Yeah, I think we're definitely all super excited It was 2 weeks that we weren't playing games, but it definitely wasn't 2 weeks off. I think we really took advantage of it and just worked on things that maybe we can't work on playing games on the weekend. So I think we're definitely excited. And yeah.
Does there become a point of anxiousness in the 2 weeks where you're like, oh man, let's just get to a Friday night where we can play a game again?
Yeah, it's definitely I thought it felt weird sometimes, during the week, just knowing that other teams were ready to go play games and we were still practicing. But I don't know. I think we're going to use that into this weekend.
It was, the last game you guys played was that, near upset against Ohio State, and I'm sure there was a lot of momentum coming out of that and playing a really, really good team so tight. Are you able to still kind of keep some of that momentum even with the big break?
Yeah, I think so. And on top of that, I think we also learned a lot from that weekend that we used to work on these past 2 weeks. So I think that in a way will help us.
This is obviously your first year in Bemidji State, but it's not your first year in the WCHA. Just talk about what this year has been like for you playing in the same conference, just in different colors.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird feeling putting on a different jersey, but the girls have been so welcoming, and the transition has honestly been super easy. I think making it so easy coming in has helped on the ice, transition, just with chemistry and stuff on the ice. So I think that's been good.
Yeah, and I think everybody goes into the portal for their own reason. They got to kind of look out for themselves. But for you, what was what sold you on Bemidji State after that process and finding a new home here in Bemidji?
Right. I think just talking to Coach Frick, Coach Emma, Coach Sarah, all the coaches, our values definitely aligned in a lot of ways. And I think that was a big thing. Also, Haley and Yeva, playing with them in high school, I thought that would be really cool to come play. Campus is obviously beautiful, and just the opportunity here. Yeah,
you talked about Haley and Yeva, and obviously playing in rink too. Was it kind of nothing had changed from playing with them, or did you have to kind of reconnect with some of those friendships?
Right. Yeah, I think it was all kind of the same. We saw each other just with in-conference play, so I think it was kind of just back old to the same teammates.
Yeah, and obviously another big difference between here and St. Cloud is the ice sheet.
Yeah.
It's not as wide, it's not as big. Does that make your job as a defender or how does it change your job as a defender playing on just a standard ice sheet night in and night out?
I think obviously there's pros and cons to the bigger ice sheet. Practicing on a bigger ice sheet and then going to play in maybe a smaller ice sheet does have its cons. So I think playing at Bemidji, it's we have more similar ice sheets to other teams. So easier in a way.
When, obviously you come in and you are one of the defensemen has to replace a couple of graduating defensemen from a year ago, and right away you get put on some special teams, you're a top 4 pairing defenseman. Just what did it mean to you to get the trust from the coaches so early on here? Right.
Yeah, it was huge, honestly, and I'm so grateful for all the opportunities and all the trust that they've given me. I feel supported all the way, and that's the best feeling you can have.
This is a big weekend for this group. Obviously, Mankato is a tricky team. They've played a lot of teams in this conference really close. What do you know about Mankato from playing them in years past?
They're super gritty. They're a tough team to play against. They're super fast, all of them. They have a lot of freshmen this year that we haven't seen, but I think we're a young team as well that's ready to match up with them.